Well, let me tell you something. I love Nashville. The history, the music, what an amazing place this is. And I hope everyone had a chance to go out last night and enjoy the city. And speaking about having a good time, after we are done this afternoon, I suggest all of you go back to your rooms, take a nap, and recharge. And I want to see everyone in the dancing floor tonight, all right? When we were together last year in Chicago, I shared a personal story about my early life, about how I came from a poor family, how my mother brought us from Puerto Rico, hoping to give us a better life. I told you how I met a very kind woman working at a local hospital and how she guided me to a rewarding career in healthcare and aging services. Her name was Balbina, and she changed my life forever. Earlier this year, I had the honor of being invited by Gary Pisano to share my story at the annual conference for LeadingAge PA. PA right here. During my conversation on stage, Gary described my story as an example of courage ignited. He then turned to me and asked, Roberto, how and where did you find the courage to strike out? And to be honest, all I know that I was not sure if that was the right word or not. And I had a really difficult time having an answer for that. In my mind, the decisions I made as a teenager to break the cycle and set my life straight was not courage. It was survival. Let's face it, I was a skinny kid in a really bad neighborhood. Just picture me about 90 pounds lighter. Seriously, look at me. Do you really think that I was going to make it on the streets? Look at me. And so I think it is important to make the distinction between courage and survival. If I were asked to define courage, I would have to look no further than to my beautiful wife, Lily, for inspiration. In 2001, Lily was putting on her makeup when she noticed a small lump in her neck. She went to the doctor, and they did a biopsy. The doctor told my wife that the biopsy was negative for cancer, and there was nothing to worry about. However, he wanted to remove her tonsils. After speaking with my friend, who is also a doctor, we decided to get a second opinion. The second doctor did a checkup. He also re-examined the biopsy slice. When we returned a few days later for the result, he told us that the previous doctor had made a mistake. He then turned to my wife, Lily, and said, I am sorry. The biopsy shows that you have cancer, and it is stage 4. We were speechless. The words around us just suddenly stopped. At that time, my wife was 41 years old. Our daughter Lily was 12, and our son Robert was 9. When we got home from the doctor's office, we didn't say anything to our kids about the diagnosis. Lily and I could have easily made the decision to put on a happy face for our children. We could have told them there was nothing to worry about and shield them from the truth. But Lily was determined to confront the situation head on. And if you don't know Lily, she was determined. And Lily says to me, Roberto, we are not going to wait. We are not going to be afraid. I can't do this alone, and we are going to do this as a family. So let me tell you what courage means to me. Courage is Lily sitting down with our children and telling them that she was sick, that she's going to lose weight, grow weak, and that she's going to need a feeding tube to eat. Courage is Lily looking our children in their eyes and trying to hopefully but admitting that she is not sure if everything's going to be okay. Courage is accepting that you do not have all the answers. That conversation with our family was one of the hardest moments of our life, but it made us stronger. Once we all knew what we were facing, we came up with a plan. We promised each other to fight like hell together for Lily to beat this cancer. I am grateful every day that after 40 radiation treatments, several rounds of chemo and surgery, Lily fought like hell, and today she is cancer-free. By now, you must be saying, what does Lily's battle with cancer have to do with aging services? Well, our family faced an uncertain future. All we knew was that the present situation was grim, and we had to prepare ourselves for whatever might come next. To me, this feels like where we are right now in the field of aging services. We all face many challenges, many regulations, shifting expectations, outdated reimbursement models, and obviously workforce shortages. It is easier to find ourselves pushed into survival mode. And the problem with being in a survival mode is that we act out of desperation. We become stressed and reactive, and we often make poor decisions. And even worse, our fear of the unknown may leave us paralyzed and unwilling to take action, unable to prepare for what lies ahead. As your board chair, I want to shake things up. I want to challenge us to think differently, to jolt us out of this survival mentality. You know what? Times are changing. The trends are shifting. Simply, survival is not longer an option. The needs and desires of the people we serve are evolving, and we need to evolve with them. Courage, to me, is gathering together to have difficult conversations when you don't need to have them yet. It is about reading the landscape and confronting a hard reality when it would be easier to just avoid it. Some of us in this room are very worried about the future, but I want you to know that you are not alone. We are all standing at the same crossroad. The challenges we face are significant, but they can be overcome. In this environment, we must take bold steps to innovate and evolve. We need to seek new partnerships, explore new lines of business, and find new ways to serve the growing number of older adults who rely on us. The reality is, the decisions we make today could mean the difference between those who are successful and, unfortunately, between those that end up closing their doors. And let me be clear. When one of us closes our doors, it hurts all of us. We are a community. We share the same mission and the same purpose to make life better each day for those we serve. We also have a shared responsibility for one another, and this is where demonstrating courage can make all the difference. Courage is admitting that your organization may be struggling and reaching out to a LeadingAge community for support before it's too late. Courage is extending a hand to a member who's struggling or falling behind and helping them find the path forward. Yesterday, Katie spoke about how some of you are being innovative and doing amazing things out there. Courage is also stepping up to be a mentor and teaching others what you have learned. As LeadingAge members, we need to link arms with one another to pool our ideas and resources and to support each other. Collaboration will be the key to our success. Listen, I don't want us to be worried about the future, but I want us to be excited about it. There are more elder adults in need of our services than we can ever hope to reach. The future of aging services is bright if we are bold enough to embrace change, pursue innovation, and chart a new course. I want you to remember something that Nelson Mandela once said. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. When Lily was battling cancer, my family made a commitment to fight together against an uncertain future. The same commitment is exactly what I need from all of you today. Let us not wait until we find ourselves pushed into a corner. Let's all start talking about the future and take action right now. We may not have all the answers, but I know that we can find them together. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And don't forget, let's dance tonight. Thank you. Thank you.